I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you an excellent question on absolute functions from my student. It is actually in two parts. First, we will just try to understand the function, and then in the next part, we will find the limit of this function. So, what we are given here is f of x equals to 1 over x minus 1 over absolute x. We need to write f of x as a piecewise function and then evaluate f of 2 and f of minus 5. So that's the question for now. So let's try to understand how to write this as a piecewise function. So whenever you have any algebraic expression with absolute function can be written as a piecewise function. It is absolute x is x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and it is minus of x if x is less than 0. Since absolute x is a piecewise function, we can write the function itself as a piecewise function, right? So we could write this expression here as 1 over x minus, if x is greater than or equal to 0, absolute x is x. So I could write this as 1 over x minus 1 over x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Now here there's a mistake which I just did. Anyway, when you start with, you should note that x is never equal to 0, right? It could be approaching 0 from positive or negative side, since you cannot divide by 0. So we'll take a precaution. We defined absolute x, but as far as f of x is concerned, since x is in the denominator, it can never be 0, right? So it's either greater than 0 or less than 0. So we could write f of x as 1 over x minus 1 over x when x is greater than 0, or 1 over x minus 1 over minus x. Do you see that? Because absolute x is minus x if x is less than 0. You get the idea, right? So in a way, I could write this as f of x equals to 1 over x minus 1 over x is 0 when x is greater than 0. And here we get minus and minus as plus. So we get 2 over x when x is less than 0. Do you get the idea, right? So it is 2 over x. Now once you get this answer, you think f of x is always positive, right? But see what happens. Let's calculate these values which we have. So we have done the first part, and that is writing the given function as a piecewise function, right? And now let us evaluate what is f of 2. So f of 2 will be equals to what? Now since 2 is greater than 0, f of 2 is 0. Do you see that? F of 2 is 0. For that matter, f of anything which is beyond on the right side of 0 will be 0, right? On the other hand, let us see what is f of minus 5. Now if I write minus 5 here, what do I get? I get 2 over minus 5. So it is a negative value, right? 2 over negative 5, which is minus 2 over 5. Do you see that? So basically that is what it is. And now if you want to sketch this graph, how will it look like? Let's have a look at the sketch also of this particular graph. So let me sketch it on this side. So what we notice here is that for each and every value on the right side of 0, 0 plus, you can say, it is 0, right? So it is like this. Do you see that? So that is how it could be represented. And on the left side, it is like a reciprocal function. Correct? Reciprocal function. 2 over. So it is kind of like this, right? So of course you can make a table of values, and then sketch it. So if x is 1, for example, the value will be 2, right? So this point could be, if x is 1, minus 1, it will be minus 2, right? So you could have a point minus 2 here. And if x is, let us say, minus 2, if x is minus 2, in that case, the value will be minus 1. So this value will be, let's say, minus 1, correct? So that is how you can plot some values and sketch it. So what you'll notice here is that this function is in the quadrant 3, right? And now if you want, you can also write domain and range of the function. So let's write down domain and range of the function. Domain of the function is all values except for 0. So you could write this as from minus infinity to 0, union 0 to infinity. And as far as the range is concerned, range is, as you can see, 0 is included, right? So it is from negative infinity to 0. So that is the domain and range of this function. I hope this function is absolutely clear. That is how it should be done. Now if the question is to find the limit of the function as x approaches 0, from the left side it is undefined, but from the right side it is 0. Do you see that? So that is how you can also find limit of this function from either side. Limit at 0 is definitely not defined, since from the left side it goes to infinity and from the right side it approaches 0. I'm Anil Kumar and I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.